Graeme Dann on Sydney Kings TV. You've recently signed to a new 2-year deal. What's your thoughts on the direction of the Kings?
I think very positive. I think things are going forward. Obviously, to start with Julian, pretty much who everyone thought was the MVP last year was a great signing. And now we've built around that with some young talent with Ben Madgen, Luke Cooper, Luke Munn, myself. So I think it's a great base to start, and I think it's very positive going forward.
You're one of the few Sydney players to play for the Kings, Razorbacks and the Spirit. What differences have you felt between the three?
Hands down, the Kings is an identity compared to the others. The others were a basketball team, but this is an identity among Sydney. Everyone knows what the Kings are, and everyone loves to follow the Kings and be behind the Kings. But at the same time, as soon as you lose a few games, you can see people start to pick at you. Whereas the Razorbacks and Spirit was pretty much winning or losing. You're just a basketball team. You know, you've got a few followers, but nothing compares to the following like the Kings.
You have a lot of attributes like shooting and rebounding, but at your size, where did you get such good ball handling skills?
Just one of those things as a kid, always used to work on, always watching guards handle the ball, or bigger guards handle the ball like a Grant Hill, and I used to just try and emulate and copy that a lot, whether it was in the backyard or the court, and try and put those moves into the game. And yeah, it's just one of those things I've always worked on a lot.
Will we see more crossovers this season?
I don't like to plan for it, but if it's necessary, I guess, yes. But try and do a bit of everything. I think working on my shooting would be a bit more of something I need to do this year.
You won Team Defensive Player last season and were rewarded with a lot more court time. What things do you focus on when preparing for a game?
Every game's different. This year, the coaches mentioned to me, obviously playing a lot more on the 4 spot was going to be something needed. And so in doing that, it was going to be more, instead of outscoring the 4-man, probably defending it. When you get some good 4-men in the league, like an Ira Clark, Adam Ballinger, Alex Loudon, you know, each game you prepare for them. Some get to the hoop more, some shooting. So before each game, I like to just sit down and watch what they do and try and pick out their movements and yeah, try and really concentrate on guarding them first, and then I found the offense would come.
Do you have a pre-game ritual?
No, maybe a bit of a nap, decent meal, but no, nothing really.
And what was the most memorable moment and favourite highlight of your career so far?
Probably when I was initially with the Kings, when we won the 2 championships. That was really, I didn't get to get my hands dirty as much as I would have liked. And obviously a second time back with the Kings playing more has been really good and gratifying. But those first 2 championships were really good, seeing what it takes to win, seeing what a coach puts into the team and how it can motivate, and seeing great players like Matt Nielsen and CJ Bruden every day do their thing. That was probably the highlight of my career.
You mentioned you went against a lot of the 4-man guys. Who's one of your toughest opponents?
At the moment in the NBL, I'd say all those guys I probably just mentioned, like an Alex Loudon and Ballinger, they're all tough, all because they can put it on the floor, but also they're strong and can shoot. It's quite a tough matchup. Probably the hardest guy I've had to guard in the NBL was Carlos Powell a few years ago. He was by far one of the best players I've seen in the NBL.
What is one of your highs and lows of last season?
Well, it was a season of 2 chapters, so you could easily start with the big losing streak at the start as being the low point. But then obviously the high was seeing the team stick together and really turn the corner. You know, I think it was better the way we turned the page and having a season of 2 wins, 2 losses, rather than really turning the page and showing our true colours and setting a real good precedent for hopefully the future.
So many people were shocked to see that incident where your teeth were knocked out against New Zealand. You want to talk us through that?
Well, it was really just a reaction by, I think, Mika Vukona, and he just sort of passed it and then just ricocheted his hand, hit my mouth. When he did did not hurt, which is quite amazing. It didn't really hurt. But next thing I know, I went to feel my mouth and there's no teeth in there. And I could see someone pointing one to the ground, and I felt inside my mouth, and I noticed that some of the teeth were stuck out. I went inside and I was still just in shock. And for the next week there was no pain, luckily, but obviously the cosmetic appearance wasn't the best. So I had to do a bit of surgery for one night. We stayed in the dental chair for about 3 hours. Got them put it back in, and there's been a few visits since to the dentist. So.
And now a mouth guard every week?
Every session, every game, mouth guard all the time, yeah.
What do you like to do off the basketball court?
Relax, but at the same time, not too much relaxing. I like to keep busy, so at least 3-4 times a week I like to get to the gym, whether it's just lifting or shooting or swim, play tennis. I like to be pretty active, but then I love watching the NBA, all the NBA playoffs on at the moment, so always watching some basketball at some point.
And who's your favourite team?
I really like Miami at the moment. I like watching Dwayne Wade and LeBron. I think they're really pretty amazing players and stuff, and I enjoy watching Miami.
And your favourite player of all time?
Michael Jordan, he's there.
What does Graeme Dann do in the off-season?
In the off season, well, the last few years I've been a personal trainer, so I've been doing personal training, and I worked in the gym for a while. So I had to study for that for a while, but also ABA. I've been playing Parramatta ABA, Parramatta Wildcats ABA for the last couple of years, and that's pretty much it.
Now you've been wearing number 5 for a long time. Why did you choose number 5?
Well, I was 13 my whole juniors, and it was just always 13, 13, 13. And then I went to the AIS, and they give you a special number, and that's your number, and you go onto a big board. And it was number 4. And then so I wore number 4 for Townsville Crocodiles and so. Then I got the Sydney Kings, and BJ Carter had 4. So I just went to the next number available, which was 5, and I've just stuck with that ever since.
Graeme Dann, sorry.
Yeah, no special reason behind it. It was just the way it happened.
Graeme Dann, thank you very much for speaking to Kings TV. We can't wait for the new season, and have a good off season.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.